Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Welcome back. Welcome, Didi. And welcome, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another interesting, enlightening session. We have been hearing so many beautiful classes and sessions, and so this is yet another one. Today, this is an interview session, and particularly the Day of Ancestor Souls. And I was just thinking, when we talk of ancestor souls, that even on the path of bhakti, in many traditions and cultures, people have so much reverence, so much respect and regard to the ancestors. I know for one part is my family also worship the ancestor souls. And because we believe that ancestor souls, their bodies are not there, but the spirit still protects, still gives blessings to the family. And that is the worship. But here, it is a different story. We are talking of ancestor souls. And today also, Didi and Baba are talking of ancestors. They are the roots and the trunks. And here, we are remembering our dear, beloved ancestors whom we have so much love and regard for their specialities, for their efforts, for their surrender and sacrifice to the family, to the yagya, to the Brahmin family. So you can see around the world, we are remembering, we are thinking about the specialities so that we can emanate, we can learn from them and put into our practical lives. So today, this interview is especially on three particular beloved ancestor souls, Dadi Prakashmani Ji, Dadi Janki Ji, and Dadi Guza Ji. And I know that, we all know that Didi Asha came into this knowledge at a very young, tender age of only 9. And I believe Didi has grown up, lived with the Dadis, and learned so much from them, and must have definitely put those specialities into a practical life, and that's what we see of Didi Asha today. Also very much respected and honored and loved. So what more can we add, Brother Murli?
Yes, Sister Om Shanti. Welcome, Didi. I agree with you, Sister Celia. Didi has a lot of experience. Didi, before we go into the details, you have mentioned that you met Brahma Baba in 1959. And you came to get to know the Brahma Kumaris at the age of 9. Now, we want to know, okay, you met Baba in 1959, but before that, you must have met Dadis at that age, right? So we want to know, which Dadi did you meet? And what was your experience meeting those Dadis?
Om Shanti. Before I met Brahma Baba, I met Dadi Atamindra. Dadi Atamindra, Gange Dadi. And you know, she's one of the 2 Dadis who was sent to establish service, to begin service. Dadi Manoharindra and Dadi Atamindra, they were sent by Baba in the year 1953 or 4 to Delhi to start service. So Dadi Atamindra was responsible. She was a good speaker, very good yogi, very introvert, very powerful, was able to explain Gyan very well. And Dadi Manoharindra, also the same kind. They started service from the banks of the rivers of Yamuna And you know the story then, how they were placed in Dharamshala, from Dharamshala to a small little, to a big temple, Gauri Shankar temple, and in Delhi, temple is still there, high reputed temple, and then from there to Dharamshala, and from Dharamshala to small little room, and from that small little room to other. So like this service began. But from Dadi Atamindra, Dadi Atam Mohini. Dadi Atam Mohini was the one who was in Kanpur. Dadi Atamindra was in Kanpur. And Atam Mohini Dadi later went to Mumbai in Kolaba. She was the sister of Dadi Pushpashanta. And Baba wanted Maharathis to go different places. Not all the Maharathis should remain at one place. And those days, wonderful thing was, wherever Baba and Mama went, family used to get together, because family was small. So people from Delhi, people from Mumbai, people from different places used to get together. But specifically, my connection, relation was with Dadi Atamindra, and from her I received the seeds of Pakka Gyan. Because as a child, I used to go to the class, and I was fond of nature. So whenever vacations were there, my mother used to go by the side of river Ganges in Kanpur. She was very good, serviceable hand of Dadi Atamindra. And I, like a child, would enjoy water and all this. I also wanted to, but Dadi Atamindra wouldn't allow me. She would say, no, your mother will go and you will listen to Murli. And she would put me in the first seat. Secondly, I do not know, but it is my very big fortune. I used to ask her questions, small child, and she used to give me time. All alone, I remember on the terrace of the 16/64 Civil Lines Kanpur, that center which was inaugurated by Baba, she used to give me time and explain to me the questions that I asked her. And thirdly, I was just 12 years old when she asked me to make speech on Shivratri. She had come to our Lokik home, and when she was just going away, she said, Asha, I was studying in 8th standard. Asha, you have to speak on Shivratri. And she made me do that. So I consider it to be my great luck and great fortune that I met Dadi. And of course, in the year 1959, it wasn't 59, then Baba, but Dadi Atamindra was there as our guide. She used to guide us.
So during that time, you did not meet Dadi Janki or Dadi Prakash Mani?
Dadi Janki and Dadi Prakash Mani. Dadi Prakash Mani was in Patna. She was not in Kanpur. And Dadi Janki was in Pune. And Dadi Atamindra in Kanpur. Yes, Dadi Kumarka, she came to meet Baba in Kanpur. Not Dadi Janki, but Dadi Prakashmani came to meet. At, I think it was after 59, I'm also lucky in a sense, right from the beginning, because the family was small and Dadis also wanted Brahmins to come up, encourage them. They also had lots of time. I'm lucky to say all Dadis have visited our house, Lokit house. All, not only once but several times.
So,
this is my big luck. And whenever they used to come, naturally they would encourage us.
thank you, that was lovely. So you practically grew up with the Dadis. But these three special Dadis, you can see the decoration there is so nice. Each of them have their unique qualities. Here we saw that, I could see that Dadi Prakashmani ji, we have put their instrument humility and soft speech. And Dadi Janki is the speciality they put up there is truth, cleanliness and simplicity. And Dadi Gozaji is my Baba, my home, no, my family and my home. So Didi Asha, can you tell us, we'd like to hear from you, one main specialty that you took from each of the Dadi, and not only what you took, but how you put them into your practical life.
From Dadi Prakashmani, I learned a lot of things. Highlight one. The way she reads Murli. Dadi's speciality was that she would never make her personality come up while she was reading Murli. She would just suppress her own personality and let Baba come out. Baba's things come out. Once I remember, she had come to Bangalore. It is from there I learned this. And there was some commotion there. And it was due to the fact that the teacher in charge, she would make use of Murli to give signals to the students, which was not liked by the students, so there was little revolt. Dadi Prakashmani and Didi Manmohini, both of them had come. And by the way, just Dadi Prakashmani, she said, never make use of Murli to give teachings to any soul. This is what she said. And I have kept it. Baba's versions should be kept as pure as possible. I have several other opportunities when I can communicate with students, but through Murli, Baba is communicating with his dear children. And I'm just an instrument passing it on. I must not interfere in that communication. This is what I learned from Dadi Prakashmani. One thing. There are several more, but one thing you said, special, this is one thing. And I keep attention on this. While reading Murli, I should not reflect my personality. Baba's versions should get into the hearts of the students. This is what I keep attention. From Dadi Janki, I learned that nothing is difficult. Because Dadi Janki, very brave person, and should say nothing is difficult. And we should not cling on to what has happened in the past. Forget. Once I was in London, and from London I was given one file to be given to Brother Nirvair. I came back and gave that file to Nirvair Bhai. I did not see what it was, nothing. And Dadi knew about it. Dadi said, "What have you done with that file?" Dadi was in Madhuban. I said, "Dadi, I have given it to Nirvair Bhai. You should have shown it to me. You should have shown it to me." I had no sense, no knowledge that I should have done that. So,
how old were you?
I was quite old. So I had no system. I did not know. Nirvair Bhai, senior brother, someone has given and I am giving. Dadi said, "You should have shown it to me." That's all. She did not say a word more. I felt that I did a big mistake. And I started thinking, I shouldn't have. What happened? Why did I do that? Next morning, again I went to Dadi Janki and said, "Dadi, I'm very sorry that I made that mistake." "Oh, it was yesterday. It is finished. Today is a new day." And she just relieved me of all that agony I had in my mind. And another thing which Dadi specially said to me, we had finished our training in the year 1969, and it was the training of those sisters who were college going. And Dadi said to me, she wanted that point to be highlighted, while narrating the experience, she said, "You make this point and let people know that we should not get influenced by anyone and we should not try to influence anyone." I think it is from 69 onwards, Dadi Janki made this point, and always she used to say that, don't get influenced by anyone, nor ever try to influence anyone. This is what I specifically learned from her. It's a very basic thing. And to tell you the truth, I keep attention on it, that I am not affected and influenced by anything. Dadi Gulzar? Dadi Gulzar, again, it's my good fortune that I used to go to Madhuban, and because belonged to old Brahmin family, so I was growing up, Didi Manmohini, she used to tell Dadi Gulzar, you take her for a walk around Naki Lake, and then you ask her what is her aim and object. What does she want to do? And Dadi Gulzar, she used to hold my finger, take me around. We used to sit in Naki Lake, by the side of Naki Lake, chat, talk. And from Dadi Gulzar, I have the fortune of living with her for so many years. One thing that you said, keep your aim and object very clear. What is non-essential, just sieve it out. Be very focused. Don't look here and there. Just be focused. What you have to do, what is your aim, you should just have focus on it. And I'm lucky that Dadi used to talk to us. Dadi used to share with us, and she used to bring us back to the same point. What is your aim? What is your aim?
Can you elaborate a bit about the focus and aim, Didi? Maybe you can give some clarity for all of us.
Some examples.
Yeah, some examples in your practical life.
See, when we are growing up, we were small girls. Growing up, there are many things that distracted. But whatever you do, what is your aim? For instance, Dadi used to read Murli to the class. Asha, when you are sitting in the Murli class, where should be your focus? On the Murli. What is being taught to you, right? Fully attentive. Supposing sitting there, my eyes move here and there. Why? Someone is entering and my mind goes there. Eyes go there. Dadi would immediately check. See, have you been given the duty of seating everyone? No, Dadi, it is not my duty. Then why did you look that side? Similarly, sisters used to sit and talk. Naturally, when the sisters of a same age group, they sit together and talk. First, we begin with good things, and then we go into different lanes. Dadi used to ask us, what did you talk? What was the topic of your talk? She would say, this is Maya. This is Maya. You start with good things, but then you start wavering your mind. This is Maya. Third thing, Dadi was very good student of Baba. Whenever there was any program, Dadi used to prepare her speeches, prepare her lectures. She used to take me also, because Dadi was big, I was small. I had to make small speech, Dadi had to make big speech. But she would take me to the terrace of Pandav Bhavan. She said, you prepare your speech and I will prepare my speech. And she did not allow me to waste my time here and there. No. She knew my nature. If people wanted to invite me, they did. But she would tell them that she will not stay there for a night. She will come back. Dadi took attention, kept attention, that I remain focused.
Okay, Didi. Now we are going to go to a very interesting part. Now you know that we all know Asha Didi is taking care of ORC, and Asha Didi is also in one of the main instrument for the Yagya, Brahma Kumaris. So, Asha Didi, what we want to know, what influence the Dadis had on you, especially all the three Dadis, Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Gulza, Dadi Janki. They all are, we can say, they have leadership qualities.
Yeah.
Yes, but all three of them, their leadership qualities are maybe different. The way, what are the things that you have learned from them, each of them, that you are applying it in your present life?
I have seen Dadi Prakashmani to be very lawful as well as loveful. But towards the end of her life, I asked her once, Dadi, ultimately it is love or law, or it's a balance of both. In administration, we need balance of both love and law. Dadi said no. When she said no, I was a little surprised because I had seen her working with balance. But now she says no. I said, Dadi, well in administration, she said only love. I said, Dadi, in administration, if we only give love to people, they will be sitting on our heads. So, balance? She said, no, only love. Only love. So when Dadi said that, it set me thinking, why Dadi said so? Only love. And now I find this lesson dawned upon me. I heard it, but immediately I could not implement because I was not convinced. But slowly it dawned upon me when I started applying. With law, you can make people do something, but something that should come from their heart, it happens only when there is love. If you lovingly, if anyone has committed a mistake, and I say, okay, let him come, I am going to say this to him. But immediately, Dadi's words ring into my ears, Asha, you can do that lovingly also. If you scold, the person is junior to you, will simply listen to you. But the transformation will come through love. So, I've started applying. When the person comes, same thing I say, but I say out of love. So I find it makes a difference. And there is wisdom in it. Because Baba is the ocean of love. Our core quality is love. Core quality is not law. Love. So, through love, you can transform people. You can win their hearts, which Dadi did. Dadi won the heart of every single Brahmin with love, pure love, that kind of thing. And from Dadi Janki, keep your mind and heart very clean. I used to talk to Dadi while in the car, and she used to say very nice things of wisdom. One or two things I will share with you. One thing, I said, Dadi, supposing someone is doing this again and again and again. She said, don't pester them, don't tell them, because the person will speak lies. When a person speaks lies, it means that conscience is not working. And if you probe the person more, he will speak more lies. So you become responsible of making that soul commit more sins. Think that the soul is very weak, leave it. Leave it. Just keep in your mind. There was one more instance when I was in London. I asked her this question. I said, Dadi, practical thing. I have faith on someone. You have deep faith on someone. And you know, the person will not commit any wrong, will not hide anything, will not speak any lies, or will not question your faith. Even if you close your eyes, you will be still having faith in that person. But that is supposing that person breaks your faith. Now, over so many years, faith was not working. Now that person breaks your faith. I was shattered. I said, the person whom I believed so much has spoken a lie with me. I cannot work with that person. Either he should be there or I should be there. I spoke to Dadi about it. So Dadi said, Asha, tell me one thing. How many years you took to develop that much of faith in the person? I said, years, several years. Now you are going to break that just by one instance, one incident. This relationship that has been built up over the years, now you are breaking it just by one incident. No. I said, then Daddy? She said, you must have trust. You must trust. I said, Daddy, well, it is not possible. Daddy said, no. I said, okay, if you say so, I will do, but I will always be doubtful. Dadi said, these vibrations will reach the soul and that soul will never be able to correct the self. So you have to have good wishes only so that the person is able to correct the self. Very deep understanding. And this has helped me. Let me tell you, I make use of this point in big management lectures. Yes. In relationships, I make use of this point. With families, such things happen. Then I share this wisdom with them. It works very well. Gulzar Dadi about leadership quality. No? Dadi Gulzar always wanted to be a unique person. Always very special and unique person. Newness. Always she used to go for newness. So that sanskar of newness has been given to me by Dadi.
Newness means?
Every time you speak, if you speak, there should be newness. You conduct class, there should be newness. You plan a project, there should be newness. Always new. Something unique and new. This innovation, quality of innovation, creativity, this was Dadi Gulzar. And this has helped us a lot because if you are continuing with the same old kind of thing, it becomes boring. Whereas newness, it keeps people in zeal and enthusiasm. Always. Something new? Yes. So this was Dadi Gulzar.
Okay.
The battery is weak, I think. The light is going on. Brother?
You can give me the...
I think the battery is weak. Thank you.
It's on.
It's on. Okay, thank you. Yeah, now we're going to change to, not that, we're going to go deeper into another subject. Well, Asha Didi, the Dadis were so surrendered, they surrendered their whole life to Baba, the Yat. They did everything for the Yat. They obeyed every signal of Baba. Well, we would like to know, curious to know, Asha Didi, what has this kind of surrender, this degree of surrender meant for you? Two parts of the question. One is what this kind of total surrender, absolute surrender by the Dadis, we saw that, we heard all the stories. We didn't say it, we heard those stories, but you practically saw it in your own eyes, that kind of surrender. So what it mean to you, that kind of surrender?
I will tell you, once Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Gulzar, Dadi Chandramani, myself, Ishu Dadi, Moini Ben, Munni Ben, we were at the dining table having meals with Dadi. So, after the meals were over, Dadi Chandramani, she said to Dadi Kumarka, Prakashmani, Dadi, I am going to Himachal. That is, it was summertime, and during summertime in Himachal, Dadi used to organize bhakti programs because it was mountain area, mountain cool, nice, people like to go to mountains. So, what I saw, when Dadi Chandramani said that the whole program has been made for 2 months and I'll be away from Madhuban for 2 months, Dadi, like the chief of the organization, says, whom did you ask? Whose permission you sought before making this program? Dadi Chandramani said, Dadi, I had spoken to her. No, you cannot go. For 2 months, program has been made. And Dadi Prakashmani says, no, you cannot go. Dadi Chandramani, very humble, and in all humility, she said, Dadi, whatever you say, but for 2 months the program is made. I am telling you, you cannot go. Dadi Chandramani said, okay. Okay. This I have seen with my eyes. Ultimately, Dadi Prakashmani said, in your place, I will send Dadi Gulzar. You are to remain here in Abu. Maybe Dadi had some work and Dadi did not want Chandramani Dadi to be away, and Dadi sent Dadi Gulzar. Dadi did not send Dadi Chandramani. I found, and let me tell you, I have had such opportunities when I have worked with Dadis in very close quarters. They're discussing something, talking something, everyone's views are different, but when Dadi says something, everyone says, okay Dadi, as you say. It is not easy. Dadi Prakashmani was the chief, no doubt. But these Dadis were also not less. I've learnt from them how you should respect your chief. Respect Dadi. No, all Dadis, no. Dadi has it. Dadi has it. That's it. Immediate surrender. Surrender does not mean start living in the center. It is surrender of the intellect, which is more important. When we surrender our intellect, it is there clashes come. And surrender means, again, you should not get any thought at all about it. That's it.
Which actually I'm going to ask you about that question. Have you ever obeyed about something which perhaps in your heart you have questioned? Have you ever obeyed, for example, being tested by the Dadis or anyone, or Baba, Saka Baba you have met? Have you ever experienced that kind of obedience that perhaps you obey outwardly, but in your heart there's a little question?
I haven't had any circumstance as such, but such situations I have faced where Dadi immediately gives me order and I have to do that. No question. No, I did not have any question. No, even in my thoughts or heart, I did not have. Dadi has said, and I have followed. Yes, Dadi all-rounder is a different thing. Dadi Prakashmani different. Dadi all-rounder? Dadi all-rounder, she was the mother of Dadi Gulzar. Dadi all-rounder, Dadi Gulzar, and Dadi Nirmal Shanta. 3 Dadis we had in Pandav Bhavan, Delhi. Dadi all-rounder, at times, she used to say something which was not acceptable to my intellect. To me. So, but I cannot disobey. What I did not disobey. I obeyed her, but with question. Half-heartedly. Obeyed her, but not out of conviction.
Which means that you still continue to do what she asked you to do? Or
No, what she asked me to do, I did.
you did?
I did. But it did not come out from my heart. So, but later, one thing I tell you. Supposing I said, no, Dadi, and Dadi, allow me now, allow me to do this. If she gave me okay, I found they are so holy, so elevated souls, more experienced than us. We try to assess and judge them, but they are much, much higher than us. If I did something with the approval, which approval was not with the love, it was just okay, Acharya. So I found that work was not successful. I found it was not successful.
Okay, Didi, now we are in the closing. We have a couple of minutes. I have one bonus question for you, Didi. Now, you came in your childhood, no? Then when you went through your studies, and then you surrendered to Baba. So at that time you were youth, no? You were a youth, no? What was it that you saw in the Dadis, that what they want the youths to do?
What they wanted?
Youths to do. Because all those who came in your era, they were all youths at that time, right?
Yes.
So the Dadis were already in their senior ages.
Let me tell you that I did not want to surrender.
Really?
I did not. Why? The reason was...
You were working, and you were a top student, a
Yes,
gold medalist.
yes,
So
yes.
we were looking at your biodata and
Yes.
wanted to put question on that. You were very good. And then
Yes.
you surrender. So what was the feeling then?
I tell you, those days, in the centers, not much service was there. Not much variety was there. And right from morning till evening, Morning get up, Murli class, breakfast, cleaning, and then in the evening, again some students come, the whole day is there with you. So I used to feel that it is not worthwhile.
Boring. Routine.
These things I can do while working also. These are very small things. And giving courses, etc., I can do after returning from my work. I did not want to surrender. And then I was also, nowadays the definition of surrender is very easy. But in our times it was very difficult. That you have to give up everything. And nowadays you can have mobiles, you can have... Those days, nothing doing. You just surrender means surrender. Finished. Nowadays, things have changed. But those days, I was very scared. How will I ever live this kind of life? So, I was not mentally prepared. Although I was good at everything. I was good at speaking, good at serving, good at everything. But I was scared. So I told Dadi that I want to continue with my job as well as this. I said, why? I said, well, if these small little things, they can be done otherwise also. If you can make me busy, that I feel there should be 26 hours in a day instead of 24 hours, then I will surrender. So this was challenging for Dadi. Dadi... And
Which Dadi was that?
Prakash. And then I said to her, I will just give myself trial. Because I had never encountered different kinds of things, personality clashes. No, anyone comes and says anything to anyone? What is it? It is not tolerable. So I used to talk to myself because it was a decision that I had to take. I used to talk to myself. Supposing I was married and I went to such a house where sister-in-law would say something, brother-in-law would say something, even then I will have to tolerate. It's better to tolerate the Brahmins than those people. So it is better. So one thing, and lot of talking to the self. And then about service, Dadi saw to it when Pandabhan was made, and it was only then that I had surrendered, 72 I had resigned. When Pandabhan was made, then Dadi Manmohini, they asked me to come to live in Pandabhavan. So Pandabhavan was the first building which was bought by the Yajna. It was bought with the cooperation of all the Brahmins of Bharat.
Whole Bharat.
Yes, not only Delhi. Not only Delhi walas, all the Brahmins of Bharat. So this is how, and then Dadi made me very busy, and now I remain so busy. So sisters say to me, you only had asked this from Baba. It's a blessing from Baba.
So you still wish 26 hours was there? You still wish for 26 hours?
Yes. I had wished for 26. And, but Dadi taught me, she gave me the sanskars of Brahmin family. She said, supposing you do not have any service otherwise, go and clean the kitchen. That is also part of your listening. You are a member of the family, go and clean the kitchen. Go and clean the literature counter. Set the store. So I felt good. So, but there was a question. When I was working, first year I had to work very hard because to prepare lectures. And my father wanted me to be financially independent. And even I did not want. He said, your hands should not be like this, it should be like this. My father used to say. And I also wanted that way. Now I saw my classmates, Shilu, Munni, Aarti, all of them on service. So I was lagging behind. So while the young age, this spirit that I am lagging behind, this was triggering me to surrender. And I told my father that I do not want to work anymore. Father said, child, you only had to work so hard first year. Now you will not have to work that hard. But I had different thoughts. I met Baba, Avekt Bab Dada, in Madhuban, and I told Baba everything. Baba said, child, why don't you take some holidays and try to live in the center? I said, Baba, I cannot get holidays because only 1 year job. So Baba said to me, leave it. Baba just did like this, leave it. So this was the point with me. When I returned to Bangalore and I said to my father that I am going to resign, he said, why? I said, Baba has said to me this. He said, you can continue with both. I said, no. Then when he insisted, let me tell you one thing. I never answer back my seniors. Up to this day. Whatever they say, I simply answer. So my father said, I said to my father, do you want my money? This was a shock for him because he never expected this thing to come out of my mouth. So he said, no, child, I do not want your money. You can resign. So this is how I got relief. And then from college, there were tears in the eyes of my principal. She was a nun. Child, why are you leaving? Are you going to work somewhere else? I said, no. Angel Mary, I said to her, just as you have surrendered your life for humanity, similarly, I am going to surrender my life for this. She said, if you are going to do that, then I will not be a hurdle in your way. This is how I got relieved. And I came to Delhi.
So thank you, Didi. Just one small request, Didi. Maybe you can spend a little bit of time later on, if you have, with the youths. Maybe you can inject them a bit. Okay?
Thank you. That was lovely conversation. We had a lot more to ask, but I think time does not permit. But nevertheless, we got a lot out of Didi Asha, isn't it? So let us put our hands together, give her a big round of applause. Thank you.
If they have any question, I will answer.
Yeah, you have any question? Yeah, okay. You sit there, we sit there, we'll come.
Didi, there's one question. Daddy Janki asked you to give the file to Nehru Prize, and you did it. Why must you show to ask Daddy Janki again? Why?
Dadi Janki did not ask me. It was someone else from London. It was not Dadi Janki.
But you were obedient.
No, from London,
Yeah.
I was given that file to be given to
Yes.
Nirvair Bhai. Dadi Janki did not say to me.
Okay.
She did not give me the file. So it is mandatory that whenever we do something, we should tell our seniors. A, B, C, someone gives me something, I should tell my seniors at least. So that is what I made a mistake, that I did not tell Dadi Ji that Dadi, I got this file and I gave it to Nirvair. Why didn't you show it to me?
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes. Yes.
Use the mic, please.
Services that you have done, I would like to also know that you're still continuing with this same zeal and enthusiasm with all the ministers and so on. Now, please share with us, lately, the President of India is also a Brahma Kumari, that you went to meet her with all your blessings and so on. How do you feel that you're continuing with all this enthusiasm with everyone?
I will do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Sharing of news tomorrow.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it.
One last question.
Okay.
One more question.
Anyone?
Anybody want to ask?
I think they're contented.
Okay. A lot of things to digest. Huh? Okay, Didi, thank you very much.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you. So, Shanti, we conclude the session here. Have a moment of silence.
Now, from Dadi Janki, one lesson I will tell you, which is very useful for everyone. We were doing bhatti in Madhuban. Dadi Janki was sitting like this and we were sitting right in front. I was writing notes of what she was saying. I was just making notes. So my head was down. Right. You know that it always wanted people to communicate with her through eyes. And she said, I'm talking of nearly 40 years back, more than 40. She said, for whom you are writing? What are you doing? I said, Dadi, I'm writing notes. For what? I said, Dadi, when I go back to Delhi, I will share these notes share this class with others, class fellows. Dadi said, Acha, sitting here, you are remembering Delhi. Sitting here, you are remembering Delhi. Why don't you think that I should embody these things in my life so that my life becomes a proof of what I have learnt here? This is Dadi. Dadi Prakashmani. I had broken my arm, and she did that several times to me. Yes. I had broken my arm, and I said, Dadi loved me. I tell Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Janki, I have received a lot of love. They loved me. So I wrote to Dadi, spoke to Dadi on phone, Dadi, I am not coming for the annual meeting. She said, why? Dadi, I have fractured my arm. Acha, you have fractured your arm, but your legs are okay, na? This is Dadi. Nothing should refrain you from attending important things. This is Dadi. And Dadi Gulzar, Dadi Gulzar, one instance, then I'm just waiting. I said to Dadi, new, I was very new. So Dadi Gulzar said, I was sharing with her that happily, I was sharing this thing happily with her. You know, you feel good if everyone comes and talks to you. You feel that you are someone who is being liked by everyone. So I said, Dadi, everyone comes and talks to me about what they are undergoing or their problem and this and that. Dadi just, she said one sentence, because you have kept your garbage box open so that everyone can come and put anything they feel like. This gave me a lesson. It is not something good that you should be proud of, that everyone is coming and talking to you. Why should they think twice before coming to you? This way you encourage them to deal with garbage. Be strong. So, from Dadi Prakashmani, our sister said 3 words of dharna from each Dadi. From Dadi Prakashmani, truthfulness and pure innocence. And I feel pure innocence is truthfulness. And from Dadi Janki, simplicity and straightforwardness. Straightforward. And third, with Dadi Gulzar, to be very, very soft, nirman, humble, humility. She always used to say, Dadi Gulzar, always, hum to chote hai na, I'm small. In front of Dadis, always she used to say, hum to chote hai na, I'm small in front of all. So nirmanta, that is humility.
Actually, I just wanted to clarify, Didi, truthfulness, because I see in Dadi Prakashmani the purity. Is it the same, or the truthfulness come from the purity?
Purity, and the climax of purity is pure innocence.